most outcomes that we want as people, the path and the activity that it requires to get there is mostly 9 times out of 10, with some exceptions, the least fun part of it, or the least desirable part of it. And this is what separates the winners from the losers, or those who execute from those who don't, because most of those things that whenever we have goals, aspirations, dreams, and we get so excited about it, we want to shout it from the mountaintops and tell the world. But the distance between those thoughts, plans, and the goal is the implementation. And most of the time, what it actually requires is more than what we think it does, or what we can imagine. And oftentimes you find that people give up right in the middle of it, or people aren't necessarily motivated to even begin the journey. So discipline is very important, because that's the factor sets apart the boys from the men, or the girls from the women, so to say.
So how can someone who just feels like their life is a complete mess and they're all over the place, how can they just begin to incorporate discipline in their life?
I'll tell you how they can begin to incorporate discipline in their lives. The first thing is your outward appearance, right? Outward appearance, obviously, having yourself groomed, kept, your attire, making sure you have clean clothes. But that's not the most important thing per se, right? The most important thing is your health and fitness. Fitness is both an internal and external thing, right? And the internal aspect of fitness is that you're healthy, or at least you're striving to be healthy. And when you're healthy, right, when you work out, for instance, your body releases feel-good hormones, which inspire you, or it motivates you, it drives you to execute, right, to accomplish things. And even if I would say, oftentimes when you take on more difficult tasks, because of the experience, right? The experience that you have in, be it the gym or running or whatever it is, right? You're able to, it makes it easier for you to execute tasks, right? Mental tasks, because working out or fitness goals, it's also very mental. But on the external, on the outward, the external part of it is that when you see a person who is fit, who has a certain level of fitness, it's easier to take them more seriously, be it in any setting that you can imagine, a business setting, anything. But since we're talking about goals and success and motivation, I'll use that as an example. If you saw 2 or 3 people who came in, right, 2 people who came into a setting or interview or something of that sort, and you saw that one person was more fit than the other, right, you would be inclined to naturally, you would take the more fit person more seriously, because he or she wears their discipline outwardly. You're able to see the discipline, the proof of discipline. It doesn't matter what they say that they can do, even if they're both smart and they're intellectual equals, and they give the same answers, they give the same, their potential results will be the same. Just examining both of them, you're able to see that one executes, one has a higher level of discipline, and that counts more. So discipline definitely on a fitness level definitely counts more than people think it does, right? So that would be my first step, is to take on the most difficult thing, one of the most difficult things that you can do as a person. One of the most difficult self-development tasks is to get fit, because getting fit and staying fit is much harder than people imagine it to be. It's a commitment. It's a lifestyle. And so that would be the first thing I would say, is to take that on, to take that on, fitness.